Sunday, 4 o'clock Eastern Time. My name is Brian, and this is the Center Aisle. Let's see what's really happening in Iran. Okay, I'm officially confused now. I thought Iran was obliterated. I thought the Strait of Hormuz was handled. I thought the nuclear threat was gone. But now we're hearing Iran has 72 hours to hand over enriched uranium or strikes could resume. So wait, if we still have to negotiate over uranium, what exactly did we solve? And now apparently Iran is letting ships through the strait again, under Iranian conditions. Fantastic. So we went from freedom of navigation to Mother May I. Let's talk about this because this entire thing is getting weirder by the hour. Welcome back to Center Aisle Breakdown. I'm Brian, and today we're talking about Iran peace deal with the apparently is not actually a peace deal, not finalized, still fluid, still changing, and may come with another bombing campaign attached to it. So here's where we are now. Reports are saying Iran still has a stockpile of 60% enriched uranium that is exactly close to weapons grade match. Apparently, the biggest issue now is, does Iran hand it over? Do we not monitor it? Hand it over? And now there's reporting floating around saying Iran has 72 hours to cooperate before strikes could happen again. Important distinctions here. I have not seen a clean official White House statement saying 72 hours of bombing. It's not out there yet. But there are enough leaks, enough analysts, enough going on to know that it could happen. And honestly, that tells me this is not a finalized peace agreement. This sounds more like a temporary ceasefire mixed with pressure tactics. And here's where this gets dangerously politically. The administration narrative is Iran took major damage, missile infrastructure was hit, scientists were unalived, nuclear sites bombed, proxies weakened, negotiations forced. Okay, fair enough. But the public is asking a much simpler question. If we still have to negotiate over the uranium, then what exactly got permanently solved? Because what Americans are seeing right now is higher gas prices, billions in munitions used, carriers deployed, global instability. And now we're back at the negotiating table again. That's where the frustration comes from. And before anybody freaks out, that does not mean nothing happened militarily. Iran clearly got hit hard, but there's a difference between damaging something and solving something. A big difference. For example, this is the second go around with the Strait of Hormuz that was supposed to be opened. Because this part is wild. We heard all this early rhetoric about Iran won't control shipping, freedom of navigation. The strait will remain open. Okay, I get it. But now, Iran is apparently allowing ships through again, under Iranian oversight and coordination. So basically, the strait isn't exactly closed, but Iran still seems to have influence over who moves through it and when. That is not the same thing as the U.S. controls the strait. Not even close. And this is why the messaging is starting to fall apart. Because the original rhetoric sounded like total dominance. The reality now looks more like managed de-escalation. To a T. And this is exactly why people are throwing around the phrase JCPOA 2.0. If you look, I did a video titled that very same thing already. Wait, when we bombed facilities, we burned through munitions, spiked energy prices, deployed carrier groups, and we still may end up with negotiations, uranium monitoring, sanctions discussions, and temporary agreements. Really? That sounds very familiar to a lot of people. Just saying. And honestly, The uranium stockpile is now the whole ballgame politically. Because if Iran keeps that uranium inside the country, a lot of Americans are going to say, then what was all of this for? Fair question. So right now, this does not look like mission accomplished. But it also doesn't look like full-scale war. It looks something like in the middle, a pressure campaign, a negotiation, a temporary ceasefire, a strategic pause. And the biggest question is now, does Iran actually give up the uranium? Because if they don't, this entire thing could start all over again. And honestly, that may be why this peace deal still feels unfinished to everyone watching it. If you made it this far, let me know down in the comments, do you think this was a successful operation so far? Are we drifting toward another endless Middle East negotiation cycle? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel if you enjoy this breakdown. And tomorrow, we may end up talking about Cuba again. Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you're at. This is Brian, and that has been your Center Aisle Breakdown.